People, Angels by Zodiac sign. There are people among us who seem to have been touched by heaven itself. They do not seek fame. They do not boast of their goodness. But it is precisely when they are around that the world becomes brighter. They feel the pain of others as if it were their own and have the ability to heal with a word, a glance, even silence. Their hearts are like quiet temples where the eternal fire of mercy burns. And if you look closely, you will notice that these people are not accidental. They were born under special zodiac signs and have been given the heavenly gift of being angels among people. In this video, you will find out which of them have souls capable of touching destinies, which bring light even in the darkest moments, and which are born to save others without asking for anything in return. Subscribe now if you also feel that something higher than mere human kindness lives within you. Ahead of you lies a revelation that will change your perception of yourself and those around you. This is not just a horoscope. This is the truth about souls that have wings. The first sign is Leo. In a world where hearts are often hidden behind cold words, only a few people are capable of carrying a light that does not fade even in the darkness. Leo is the embodiment of strength, but not the kind that breaks, but the kind that heals. His presence is like a powerful glow that pierces the air, filling the space with trust, warmth, and confidence. His energy has a strange nature. It seems to belong not only to him, because it is able to envelop others, lift them up, support them, and bring them back to life. Wherever Leo appears, people feel that they are not alone, as if there is someone standing next to them who is able to withstand any storm for them. People of this sign have a rare ability to see pain, even when it is hidden behind a smile. They feel the invisible, and they don't just sympathize, they act. Their hearts burn with an inner fire that does not allow them to pass by someone else's misfortune. They can spend their last ounce of energy to help those they don't even know well. This is their angelic essence: selflessness that does not require gratitude, strength that does not require recognition. Their kindness is not soft. It is deep, decisive, disciplined. Leo will not let darkness prevail. If someone falls, they will lift them up. If someone loses faith, they will make them see the light. In their eyes, there is always a belief in the victory of good, and this belief is so convincing that even skeptics feel that maybe everything will really change. Leos often do not know how many people owe their salvation to them. They stay when others leave, not out of pity, but because they cannot do otherwise. Their life is a constant service to the power of light, even when they themselves are exhausted, even when their souls are dark. They remain a source of hope. They silently carry other people's fears on their shoulders, not allowing them to grow into chaos. In relationships, these people are like a mirror of goodness. They attract those who have lost themselves to show that love is not a struggle, but acceptance. Their ability to love is unconditional, but it has a limit of truth. They do not allow anyone to trample on them, because a true angel does not crawl, it stands. Its wings are dignity and honor. Leo does not tolerate falsehood. He may be silent, but his gaze sees through a person. His intuition is not about prediction, but about recognition. He senses who comes with sincerity and who comes with ulterior motives. But even those who hurt him, he does not punish. He simply lets them go, leaving them without judgment. His forgiveness is not weakness, but proof that light does not need revenge. When Leo is silent, it is not indifference. It is a state in which he becomes a silent guardian, watching to ensure that everything remains in balance. His words are rarely random. They carry weight. They shape the determination of others. His presence in life is like an inner support. And even after Leo leaves, his strength remains in the hearts of those he has touched. Their challenge is loneliness among people who do not understand where they get so much warmth from and why they give more than they receive. But this is not a burden, it is a gift. Because they are not created to be understood, they are created to change. Every Leo has a mission: to light a fire where others see only ashes. These are people who do not seek holiness, but live in such a way that they themselves become a symbol of humanity. They can make mistakes, get angry, lose faith, but they always return to themselves, to the light that never goes out. Their presence is proof that even in chaos, there are those who maintain order. Even in pain, there are those who bring healing. Leo is not just a sign of strength. It is a soul capable of illuminating others, even when it burns from within. And in this lies its angelic nature, to shine even when no one asks, because true light does not wait for an invitation. The second sign is Gemini. Gemini are people who can touch the souls of others without touching them. They seem to weave invisible threads between hearts, creating a space where understanding is born without words. Their minds are sharp but not cold. They are enlightened by clarity, which helps them see the essence in the most confusing situations. They do not judge but accept. They do not impose but lead. Their angelic power lies in words, in the ability to heal a person with conversation, a glance, a light touch of attention. They have the ability to hear those whom no one else listens to. They catch the subtlest vibrations of the human soul, feel pain in the intonation, fatigue in the pause. And although they sometimes seem too light, inside they carry a depth that they rarely reveal to anyone. They are mediators between the chaos of thoughts and the silence of understanding. Where others see only noise, Gemini find meaning, putting scattered fragments together in harmony. Their mind is one wing, and their heart is the other. And only when both work together do they rise above the mundane. Their strength lies in their ability to be different but authentic in every role. They can joke when everyone is hurting to lighten the mood, or remain silent when only sympathy is needed. Their changeability is not a weakness, but an ability to adapt to become what the moment requires. When communicating with them, time seems to stand still. They know how to create the feeling that you are truly being heard. This is not superficial attention. It is a genuine presence in which fears dissolve. That is why people often seek out Gemini without even understanding why. Their energy is light but powerful. It is like a breath of wind that clears the air after a storm. They cannot stand insincerity, although they rarely speak about it directly. They see masks and do not tear them off. They simply do not play that game. This is their wisdom. They do not destroy, but gently show a person who they really are. And when someone close to them sees the light, Gemini simply smile without taking credit for themselves. Their joy lies in the very process of the other's rebirth. Their soul has two poles. One glows with tenderness, the other is filled with a thirst for truth. They live between them, balancing but never losing themselves. They are like a bridge between people who cannot understand each other. If it weren't for Gemini, the world would have long since fallen apart into fragments of misunderstanding. For it is they who weave human stories into a single fabric of shared experience. When Gemini are silent, it is not emptiness. It is a moment when they listen to the world. When they speak, the world changes. Their words can lift the spirit, calm the storm, and instill faith. They seem to carry within them a code of pure communication that connects hearts. Even if a person has lost trust in everyone, they will believe Gemini because they have no pressure, no selfishness, only an open desire to make the space warmer. In love, these people are like a ray of light entering a dark room. They give the feeling that anything is possible, that life has meaning again. They do not create drama because for them, true magic is peace and sincerity. Their relationships are like a breath, sometimes gentle, sometimes strong, but always genuine. And when Gemini love, they turn into angels who do not save but inspire to fly. They live to pass on the light through words, through smiles, through simple attention. This is their mission. They do not wear wings because they are wings themselves. Their presence is light, but after it leaves, there is a silence that makes you want to be better. Gemini are those who come into life to remind us that goodness is not a duty, but a natural state of the soul. They do not teach, but show by their own example. And although the world often does not understand them, it is thanks to them that it does not lose its harmony, because where their voice is heard, dialogue begins. And where there is dialogue, light is born. The third sign is Sagittarius. There are people whose presence changes the atmosphere of a space, as if a window has been opened and fresh air has entered the room. Sagittarius belongs to those who bring not just light into the lives of others, but true freedom of the soul. Their energy is honesty, directness, and unshakable faith in the meaning of goodness. Where most hesitate, they speak the truth. Where people give up, they stand up. Their spirit does not bow because they are created to show the way, not by command, but by example. Sagittarians are those who see beyond the obvious. Their hearts are always directed forward toward new horizons, but at the same time, they do not forget about others. Every step they take has a purpose: to help, to teach, to inspire. They can sense when someone nearby has lost their bearings, and without unnecessary words, they bring that person back to life. Their calmness, combined with inner strength, creates trust. People feel that they can be fearless when they are with a Sagittarius. Their angelic nature lies in their ability to convey the truth without judgment. They are not afraid to say what others keep silent, but they do so not to humiliate, but to liberate. Their words often become a turning point for those who have lost their way. And even if this truth hurts at first, it eventually heals. Because Sagittarius speaks not from the mind, but from the heart, which knows how painful it is to live in self-deception. They never play roles. Their sincerity is so open that it can sometimes be frightening. But it is this openness that is their strength. In a world where everything is hidden behind masks, Sagittarius is like a mirror in which you can see the truth. And those who have the courage to look will see not only themselves but also the path they should follow. Their kindness has a solid foundation, justice. They do not scatter their sympathy but give it to those who really need it. They do not help out of pity but out of faith that a person is capable of rising up. Their actions are always thoughtful, but at the same time dictated by the heart. They know that even a small act of kindness can be the beginning of great change. The fire of truth burns in the soul of Sagittarius. It does not fade even when the world seems unfair. Their life is a constant test of faith in goodness. They may make mistakes, become disappointed, fall, but they always get back up because they know that someone is watching them and following their example. They do not allow themselves to give up because they feel responsible for those they have inspired. Sagittarius carries a rare combination of courage and tenderness. They may be harsh in their words, but their actions are always about love. They may argue, but not out of pride, out of a desire to get to the truth. In His presence, lies lose their power, hypocrisy becomes meaningless, and truth purifies. In relationships, these people cannot tolerate falsehood. They value sincerity more than compliments. When Sagittarius loves, he gives everything, not half. His love is a flight in which both partners grow. He does not tolerate shackles, but he will never betray. His devotion is like a vow that does not need to be spoken. It just is. In difficult moments, it is Sagittarius who reminds us that even darkness has an end. His optimism is not naive. It is hard-won. He has seen loss and betrayal, but he has not become embittered, because the angelic part of his nature does not allow him to forget that light is stronger than pain. And it is this inner light that he brings to others, without pathos, without expecting gratitude. He simply lives as he feels. His presence is a breath of truth, fresh air, a moment of insight. Sagittarius comes into life not to change a person by force, but to awaken their own light. And when that happens, he moves on, knowing that his mission is accomplished. Sagittarians are those who can be called earthly angels, not because they are sinless, but because even through their flaws, they bring good. They remind the world that truth is not always gentle, but it is always liberating. And as long as there are such people, the world will not fall into darkness. For it is they who keep it on the edge, between chaos and light, between fear and hope. The fourth sign is Virgo. There are people whose kindness needs no proof. It is not expressed in words or demonstrated by actions. It simply exists, like a light that never goes out. This is what Virgo is like, an angelic person who comes into the world not for glory or victory, but to restore balance where it has long been lost. Her gaze does not seek advantage, her heart does not hold grudges, her words do not hurt. She possesses a quiet power of care that heals souls, and a wisdom that comes not from knowledge, but from a deep understanding of human pain. Virgo has an amazing ability to see details that no one else notices. She can sense when a person is struggling, even if they are smiling. Her intuition is practical, precise as a blade, but at the same time, gentle as the touch of wings. She does not throw words around, she does not make promises, she does not play games. If she is with someone, it is forever. If she is silent, it is not out of indifference, but out of a desire not to hurt. Her life is a path of service, but not in the sense that she sacrifices herself. She simply cannot do otherwise. Help, support, and care are her natural state. Virgo brings order, harmony, and peace to people. Where there is chaos, she restores a structure. Where there is pain, she creates peace. She seems to cleanse the space around her, invisibly but tangibly. She has a strange habit to heal hearts without touching them. She can say one short phrase, and a person who was about to give up suddenly feels the strength to live on. She does not boast about her deeds, does not expect gratitude, does not seek recognition. For her, goodness is not a strategy, but a state of mind. In a world full of noise, Virgo is the silence that heals. She carries within her the light of purity that does not flare up. It is constant. She is an earthly angel who does not fly because her wings are invisible, but they are there. Her every movement, her every word is precise, measured, useful. There is no fuss in her. There is calmness that brings salvation to those who are lost in their own fears. Her strength lies in her modesty. People often underestimate her because she does not show off her greatness, but she is the one who can create order in the most difficult circumstances. Virgo does not save loudly. She simply takes control of the situation, and everything starts to work. This is how angels work, quietly but unerringly. She knows how to love deeply but quietly. Her feelings do not need loud declarations. She expresses love through care, through attention to detail, through the ability to be there even when others leave. Her embrace is not just a touch. It is peace. It is shelter. It is a place where the world stops. Virgo often suffers because of her own honesty. She cannot lie even when it is convenient. She does not play roles, does not hide her intentions, does not manipulate. And so, it hurts her to see how the world rewards the cunning rather than the sincere. But she does not change, because her inner code does not allow it. She was born to be an example of purity. She can be strict, and that is why her kindness carries weight. She does not give empty advice. Her words are like instructions for life, and when she says that everything will work out for you, it really will. Because her words have the energy of reality, Virgos bring order and kindness to this world, which humanity so desperately needs. They are not angels from heaven, but those who live among us, work, help, remain silent, but change the lives of others every day. And if all people had at least a drop of that bright responsibility that lives in Virgo, the world would be cleaner, calmer, kinder. Her mission is simple but great: to bring harmony to a world that has forgotten how to be harmonious. And as long as she is here, the world will not be completely destroyed, because with her around, it is always easier to breathe, even if she says nothing. Her presence is proof that there are still angels among people. The fifth sign is Pisces. There are souls that seem to be made of water and light. They are fluid, soft, capable of embracing the whole world, even if they themselves are broken. This is what Pisces are like: those who come into this world to teach humanity compassion. They cannot be understood with logic, only with the heart. They have boundless empathy that knows no limits, and love that needs no reason. Pisces feel everything around them more strongly than anyone else. They absorb other people's emotions like a sponge absorbs water, so sometimes they are silent, not out of indifference, but so as not to dissolve in someone else's pain. Their eyes are mirrors that reflect every soul. They see you as you really are, even if you don't want to see it yourself. In a world where everyone is fighting for their place in the sun, Pisces remain the ones who give warmth to others. They may be tired, but they will still listen. They may be broken, but they will find the words to support you. They may have nothing, but they will share what little they have. Their generosity is not material, but spiritual. Their strength lies in compassion. Where others pass by, Pisces stop. Where others laugh, they understand that behind a smile, there is a tear. They do not turn away from pain. They take it in their hands like a fragile creature and turn it into love. Pisces are angels living in human bodies. They have the ability to forgive even those who have betrayed them. They cannot be broken by rudeness because they do not fight. They win with silence, kindness, and gentleness. Their tenderness is not weakness, but the highest form of strength. They have an inner world in which thousands of feelings live. Sometimes they escape there to take a break from reality. But even there, they do not think about themselves, but about how to help others. Their soul is always open. And that is why Pisces often suffer, because the world does not understand those who are capable of loving without limits. When Pisces are around, the world becomes warmer. They do not seek to control or change anyone. They simply accept. Their love is like the ocean, deep, calm, but capable of washing away all wounds. They do not need thanks. It is enough for them to know that someone nearby feels better. Pisces can see the light in every person, even if that person has long forgotten that it is there. They see potential where others see hopelessness. Their heart does not judge, divide, or criticize. It simply loves. And this love is what keeps humanity afloat. They silently mend broken souls. When others have lost faith, Pisces simply puts a hand on their shoulder, and the world seems to stop. Their calmness is transmitted to others. Their tenderness melts the hardest hearts. They do not say loud phrases, but their every gesture is a prayer. The world does not always appreciate such people. Their kindness is perceived as naivety, their gentleness as weakness. But this is not the case. Pisces are not defenseless. They simply do not want to play by cruel rules. Their strength lies elsewhere, in their ability to remain pure in a dirty world. If it weren't for Pisces, people would forget what mercy is, because they remind us that humanity is not a strategy but a state of mind. They do not strive to be saints, but their presence makes the world around them better. And even when they leave, the warmth remains in the hearts of those they have touched. Pisces are proof that love exists not as an idea, but as an action, quiet, unnoticeable, real. And as long as they are here, there will always be a place for goodness in this world.